All right, welcome to episode 113, where we'll be going over all the stuff happening in wrestling this week with WWE's Evolution, the second event in the all women's pay-per-view extravaganza that took place on Sunday. We're going to get into Saturday night's main event, Goldberg's last match, Seth Rollins' injury, and then we're going to turn into AEW and cover that epic weekend down there in Texas, all in. Thank you guys for joining us, and stay tuned. Hey there, welcome to episode 113 of Ring Takes. Of course, I'm joined by Brian and Lewis there. I'm Daniel. Bunch of stuff happening in the wrestling world this weekend, especially with the second ever all-women's pay-per-view Evolution taking place on Sunday. We also had Saturday night's main event on Saturday and AEW's big show, All In Texas, in Houston. Was it Houston?
Yep.
No, it was Arlington.
Arlington, my bad. Oh, okay. Arlington,
Arlington, Texas.
Arlington, Texas.
Oh, okay. Either way, great stuff happening this wrestling week, and we're obviously going to get into WWE Evolution stealing the weekend, literally, especially with that banger of a match between Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. But it became a triple threat as Naomi cashed in to become the new World Heavyweight Champion, Women's World Heavyweight Champion. What did you guys think about the event, the main event? And what did you guys think about the ultimate cash-in by Naomi stealing the title?
I think we all need to proceed with caution.
I agree completely.
You like that?
Yeah, no, I love that. So going into this weekend, obviously I was looking. Obviously, as a wrestling fan, this is one of the weekends that you look forward to, right? You got all these shows. NXT had something, AEW had something, Evolution had something. Like you would look forward to weekends like this. After watching, All In, I thought it was a tremendous show. I thought that nothing could topple what happened at All In because that's how good of a show it was. Then Evolution came by on Sunday, and literally, like the headline says, it stole the weekend. Literally, there were no bad matches on this show. Everything was either solid or 5-star, or somewhere in between. Like that show was just phenomenal in all levels. The fact that we got Naomi with a cash in, that was definitely a surprise because, like she said on Monday Night Raw, a lot of us had anticipated that she was going to cash in that briefcase against Tiffany Stratton. We've all been talking about how Tiffany Stratton's kind of stock has kind of dropped since the feud that she's had with Charlotte, and we've kind of been looking at her character work as a babyface by default, and thinking
some longer than others.
Longer than others, and we kind of were just hoping that Naomi will come along and cash in that Money in the Bank, that we can get like a fresh champion over on SmackDown. She completely flipped the script, cashing in on Monday Night Raw. Was quite the surprise, and I think one of our fellow correspondents, Ryan, has said in the chat that he also didn't see it coming. And I commented saying that, I didn't see it coming either, especially because the match that we were getting from Rhea and Io was so fucking good leading up until before the cash-in. The match itself was just tremendous. It was just because after that one spot that led to both of them being down, you ask yourself, how is this match going to end? Which direction are they going to go in? I had no idea. Okay, they're going to go Rhea, they're going to go Io. Either way they go, it's going to be it's going to be great for Monday Night Raw. But I love the fact that Naomi cashed in. Since she's turned heel, her character work has probably been some of the best character work that's been done on WWE TV in the women's division. The whole proceed with caution, her gimmick change, the whole look, everything that she's done has been tremendous, and it's great that we're finally getting her as a world champion, giving her this opportunity. I think the last time she was world champion was a couple of years ago when she was the SmackDown Women's Champion. Definitely not.
I think they said it was like 6-7 years.
Yeah, like 6-7 years. But she definitely wasn't as good of a character as she is right now. So this world heavyweight title reign is going to mean 10 times as much as that one did. So I'm looking forward to so much. They already announced the triple threat for SummerSlam with her, Rhea, and Io. So that's going to be a banger. So it's all it's all great things looking up. So but I'm very happy for Naomi. The match between Io and Rhea, like I said before, the cash in was just tremendous. All the spots, the chemistry between both women, it was just tremendous. Their women's division showed out. And I think Daniel, I think you mentioned it in the chat on Monday Night Raw. I think what is it, like the first hour and a half of Raw? It was all women.
Yeah, it was dedicated to the women.
I'm showing like that, like kind of cementing, like, okay, this is our strength right now. This is the strength of our company right now. The women's division, not only on the main roster but also in NXT as well. You can make the decision that you can make the case right now that NXT's women's roster is carrying them right now because their men's roster is the weakest that it's been. So the women are essentially carrying this company right now. So it's tremendous. I'm very happy for Naomi, and it's great things to look forward to.
Yeah, a lot of what I would just reiterate what Brian said. Like this, it's funny because a lot of people were giving this PLE like crap, like in terms not crap because it was Evolution, but crap in just how WWE handled the build. Setting up matches, there was the whole everything was in shambles, because of the dirt sheets, due to like Liv's injury, which I think was going to be a huge spot with like Nikki Bella and all that stuff.
Yep.
So who knows what actually would have been the original plan if Liv hadn't gotten injured, but what we got was still amazing.
Yep.
We got the battle royale, Stephanie Baker getting the win. And then also the match with Bailey, Becky, and Lyra was a banger opener. I thought that was a great match. Very technical, very quick, hard hitting, many false near falls and all that stuff. So that was I thought character wise it did a lot of benefit. That triple tag match, or was it 4 teams? I forget.
4 teams.
4 teams. I think did a lot of help to the whole Charlotte Alexa Bliss situation. Which I thought was great because weirdly enough, I felt like maybe just me personally watching it, I was like, I like this Charlotte. Like she looks like she literally looks like she's having fun, kind of like this whole like play fighting, like get out of my way, whatever, And I think it's gonna do not wonders, but I mean, like it's gonna benefit her character a lot because she's not in that whole like, oh, she needs to be the champion, she needs to be this. Now it's more like let's ease her into the crowd and into the stories or whatever, And if they do win the titles, that'll be a great little run for them. Has Charlotte actually been tag team champ?
No, but we'll get into that. But as for the main event, the Rhea Io,
amazing, amazing match, and I think this match showed exactly how good Io is, and I think a lot of people was just like, oh, it's just a high flyer, it's just but she's very smooth, very technical.
Yep.
I love how they highlighted how, like, even just her doing all these reversals and countering stuff during the match. Like, she can counter almost anything, and like
uppercut she was doing.
For as dominant as Rhea has always looked in this match, it was. I think they were clearly telling that story that like Io is a top female wrestler and should definitely be there at all times because no matter her stature, look at what she was doing against a Rhea Ripley, who's a full-blown powerhouse, which just shows that she can work with whoever, And then obviously you got the cash-in, which blew everyone's mind. Blew my mind. It sucks because I kind of had it spoiled, but I was, obviously still wanted to see it. Thought it was still amazing, and I'm like, she deserves it.
Yeah.
And it works wonders with her character right now. And the swerve that everybody's like, oh, it makes so much sense for her to go after Tiffany Stratton and just continue that story with Jade and whatever. And before I forget this match as well, Trish Stratus had an amazing match, and that speaks volumes compared to the last little run that we had. It wasn't even her wrestling that was bad. I think it was more the character work that was just. And I remember, obviously, I was saying, the cringiness of it. Honestly, the fact that this match was kind of just thrown out there, and then we got that great of a match, I'll take it any day.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it was amazing. It was very solid. I don't know about that.
We'll get
for her. I'm not saying this is a 5-star match, but for Trish not wrestling regularly.
Yeah. Okay.
When was the last time she wrestled? Last year.
The feud she had with Becky Lynch, I think, was
Elimination Chamber.
But was that last year?
No, it was Elimination Chamber when she teamed up.
Oh no, the tag match with Tiffany Stratton. Yeah.
So that was this year. So we'll get into that.
There was the feud with Becky. Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, that was before that. Yeah,
that was before. But we'll get into that next in a moment. But as for the main event, as Lewis said with Io, to showcase her like that, to be on that same level as Rhea Ripley, who is over anywhere she walks into, gets a crazy problem, probably the loudest in WWE, especially for the women, but she's up there with the men as well in terms of crowd reaction and favoritism and love that she gets. To showcase Io in this way, I was arguing with people because people are like, oh, Io needs to drop the championship, XYZ. And I'm like, she's been fantastic. And I don't think she's missed at all during this whole run in terms of matches, in terms of quality, in terms of her facial expressions in the ring, her animations in the ring. As you were saying, her technical prowess is up there with anybody. Like, she's fantastic. Yeah. Rhea Ripley, again, showcasing her, giving Io those moments of showing that to even matchup in that. I love that. To show that they're on the same playing field, and the whole story that they built up before that of Rhea never beating Io. Yeah. So I think that was a really big factor going into this match, where it's like, okay, these are two titans of the industry going at it. And I love that it was just a straight up clean match. And then they did a little brawling outside. The jump off the carts there by Io was awesome. I thought that was good. Just the battle, Io did the power bomb to Rhea outside the ring. Just the physicality, the style, the technical prowess in the whole match. I'm like, this is a 5-star match. Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 5, this fills the whole star meter up.
No, it was definitely trending. It was definitely trending in that direction. If not, like you said, at 5 stars. They did the one spot, which then led into the cash in. Like, that was definitely a 5 star. Anytime you have a match of that magnitude where you literally don't know what direction that they're going to go in, and know that whatever direction that they go in is going to be a positive either way, that's a great match.
And as you said, just the whole fact that we didn't know about the cash-in. Like, that cash-in, first of all, when I first saw it, I was happy for Naomi. Then I had a second thought, like, okay, what's happening with Jade and Bianca and stuff like that. Yeah. And then on second, after burning on it for a little while, I was like, you want to know what? I'm fine with it. Because to get that type of moment, to get this moment for Naomi, I think that just put the stamp on it. Whatever this match was going to be, it was going to be a 5-star match. Whichever way they were going to go was going to be awesome. And it just led, even with Naomi's cash, and it led even with the after the post-match animations from Rhea Ripley and Io. Like, what happened? Like, they both on the same page. Like, yo, what happened? Like, we were just having this banger, and then Naomi comes out of nowhere. And then credit to Naomi pulling double duty, right? Like with the no holds bar match against Jade, which I thought was pretty
good. DQ match.
No holds barred. Lewis,
no DQ.
That was the stipulation.
No disqualification.
But I thought that was a. Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
You gotta stop with the frustration towards these match rules, man. These rules are what they are. Okay, it was a no holds barred.
What does holds barred even mean?
It was a no count out, no disqualification. match. Okay,
that's what a no disqualification match is. There's no count.
Plus, the only way you can win is you have to pin them in the ring. Okay.
There's no stoppage in a no holds bar match. In a DQ match, there's a stoppage. You can get a stoppage in a DQ match. In a no holds bar, there must be a winner, Lewis. That is the distinction. Exactly. You want to know what? Ask Google AI Gemini. What's the difference?
Or just ask Grok on X.
I'll be like, is this the same crap? Yes, it is.
I'll do it one day on I'll do it one day for content. But just for her pulling double duty, I thought that was a good way to keep Jade going. We're gonna figure out what's going on with her and Bianca. But as for Naomi cashing in and then her coming out the next night on Raw, basically establishing herself, saying, "You guys don't know what my next move is," kind of similar to R-Truth. I'm driving now a little bit. I'm driving now a little bit, but just to have that moment for Naomi was great. The 5-star match between Io and Rhea was great, and that was a good way to cap off the night. But let's keep moving on here to other bit of business here. We got Tiffany Stratton retaining against Trish Stratus for the WWE Women's Title. What did you guys think about this match? You guys kind of gave your thoughts, so I'll give my thought on it. I thought it was a solid match for Trish at this stage of her career.
Solid. That's all
showing her that she can still go. Sometimes it's like you see these people that leave the ring for a little bit, and it's like, okay, it didn't look good, kind of like what we saw earlier with Becky Lynch last year. In those earlier matches before we got that banger of a cage match. Was that 2 years ago?
The cage match with the Trish Stratus? Yeah, it might have been 2 years ago. Yeah,
it might have been 2 years, but
or a year ago, a year and a half ago.
Regardless of that, for her to continuously come in and step in the ring and be a good hand, even at Evolution, especially with her kind of iteration in the early 2000s, being that top tier wrestler that worked her way into that mold and still being able to do that at this stage, kudos to her. As for Tiffany Stratton, my thing is just like I just want her to be heel. Just want her to be heel. Like this whole babyface thing is like. In a win over Trish Stratus, it should be great and be like, okay, this is monumental, but it's just like her being a babyface champion as that's happening. I'm just like, I don't know what direction they're gonna go. Obviously, Bianca and Jade are going to enter that field of main event for the women's title at some point.
Well, no,
but it's just like
collision course right now.
Yeah, so it's just like
we don't know when, but it's eventually gonna happen. Sorry.
I don't think they're going to make Jade a heel at this point. I don't think they're going to do that. But it's like Tiffany Stratton has to be a heel in this and make something happen. She has to form some type of group, something. She has to do something in order to make whatever run this is on the back end work. Because right now it's just like we're kind of waiting for her to turn heel. That's my biggest thing with it.
Oh no! You're 100% spot on. No, we are waiting for her to turn heel because right now she's a babyface by default, a very shitty babyface by default, and not even shitty in the way that I'm describing it. It's just that like bro, all her character, her mannerism. Some people are just built to be heels. They're better than they are baby faces. That's just how some people are. Some people it's just like, character, their demeanor, they're just meant to be heels. And that's
like if they try to make skinhead Randy Orton babyface.
Exactly. Some people you just look at them, their demeanor, like yo, that's a heel. Like, and no matter what you do, no matter what you say, they're gonna be a heel. And that's what we've been struggling with Tiffany for the longest time. Matter of fact, ever since she won the title. Matter of fact, when she's not feuding with Nia Jax, she's a heel. Let's be real. If she's not feuding with Nia Jax, she's a heel.
Yeah,
like true. You can even go back to the promo segments that she had with Trish leading up to this match. If you actually watch them, you would think like, yo, is Tiffany Stratton is Tiffany Stratton the heel champion? With some of the stuff that she said, with the way that she said it, like I said, the demeanor, the delivery, it all screams heel. But to get into the actual match, like I stated earlier, like the match was very solid. Like you got your spots from Trish, her signature spots that everybody's known and loved her for. You had Tiffany showing off her athleticism and her strengths. I mean, it was a very basic and good match. Tiffany won in the end very clean. I mean, I would love to see more of Trish Stratus moving forward, but I think she alluded to that like she's gonna like step away again, even for a longer period of time, maybe not back. But I would love to see more. I would love to see more Trish. But but the match was very solid. It did what it needed to do. It accomplished what it needed to accomplish. And At this point, like you said, Daniel, I think we're all just waiting for either Tiffany Stratton to either come out and say I'm a heel, or just waiting for her to lose the title altogether.
You want to know what she's got to do? She's got to push Jade Cargill on the car.
That's another thing. Because people have been highly critical of Jade too.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, like, going into this match, who actually is going to be the baby face and who's going to be the heel?
Yeah.
Because if it's based upon just critique of both individuals based upon their work lately, a lot of people have been getting on Jade. They got on her for her match against Asuka over at Night of Champions, just based upon the finish. They've been saying that she hasn't gotten. Some people have been saying that she hasn't gotten better. And then we got Tiffany over here with the character work that I just talked about. So it's going to be very interesting going into SummerSlam. Like, who are we going to be looking at as the favorite or as the fan favorite, so to say? We may think it might be one or the other. So it's going to be very interesting how they build it moving forward.
Serious. But yeah, let's keep moving on here to the next match here. We have wait. Let me do the did I do it right? Do I do it justice? Stephanie Beck here punches her ticket to Clash in Paris, which is in September, I believe, October, one of those months.
September.
But she cashes her ticket in there for
late August.
Winning the women's battle royal. I was confused when I saw this because I was like, wait, this isn't a Royal Rumble type match, it's a battle royal. So yeah, all participants in the ring, which I was not a fan of. I wish they did a battle royal or some type.
I think you got confused with the whole breakdown I gave you of the Casino Gauntlet with AEW. And when WWE did a battle royal, then you're like, oh snap, this is the same rules.
Battle royals is just outdated to me. Do the battle royal. Then another thing, when women are coming down to give each of them their entrance when they're coming in.
Wait. Hold on. Let me correct you there. Okay, now I actually have Peacock Premium, so I actually have like. Peacock I'm able to watch all the stories and what happens in between and such. So in between, so when they went to commercial for you guys that have basic Peacock, when they went to commercial, they actually did entrances for every single person that came out.
Okay. So because I was seeing some bits and pieces of entrances. But
Lola Weiss got her own entrance. Candice LeRae got her own entrance. All those.
Yeah, I saw Candice LeRae.
They all got their own entrance.
Couple of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see all of them.
Just for those people who have a Peacock Premium.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought the Battle Royal was pretty good. I was happy that Lash Legend was in there, so hopefully they're gonna be able to do something with her going forward. People had Nikki Bella as the odds-on favorite to win this one. She didn't win, so great booking. But
great booking that she lost.
Yes. Sorry, it's now at the expense of Chelsea Green. Hopefully that doesn't continue. But overall, Stephanie Becker, she's the hottest thing outside of Io, Rhea, Naomi, rocket ship into that. Like, she has been pushed to the moon. They love her. They love what she's doing. She's great in the ring, and I'm just excited to see what they're going to do with her and who she's going to face at Clash in Paris. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, definitely looking like the way it's trending right now. We're definitely going to get Stephanie Becker and Naomi, which can be a very interesting matchup. But as far as the actual battle royal in of itself, like you mentioned, Lash Legend being in the last two, that was tremendous. Obviously her being from Atlanta, I wonder if that factored in. But it also goes to show you this is why that Jakara Jackson was one of the people that they released, because they looked at Lash Legend and saw like, okay, if Jakara's not there, Lash can still stand out on her own, and we're starting to see that right now with them, kind of pushing, in a sense, pushing her.
When I think about that, like, they can be, just because you want to break up a tag team doesn't mean they have to go away. Like, she could have been her lackey.
No.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that entirely, but I'm just saying, like if they had to make cuts, they had to decide that they probably were just thinking, like, okay, if we cut Jakara, Lash will be fine, because Lash, as an individual personality,
she's got that presence.
She'll be good. She'll be good with herself. And like, I think she eliminated if I remember correctly, her and Stephanie both eliminated Nia Jax. They were both in the final three.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. Let me just say, as an aside, and this is just me personally, anytime Nia Jax is in a battle royal, If she ends up in like the final 5, I always get worried because that means she's gonna end up winning. And I was just hoping and praying. I was like, yo,
there's no one like Nia Jax.
Hear me out. I was like, I don't give a fuck. As long as it's not Nia fucking Jax, I don't give a fuck who wins this battle royal.
Wait. I gotta stop you.
He lies.
I gotta stop you. Why does no one like Nia Jax? If this was before her return and all the stuff about her hurting people and being tough to work with and stuff like that.
It's not even about that.
Cool.
No, it's not even about that.
I thought it was her. Like she only had a few number of matches left, and then she was retiring.
No, what it really comes down to is just that with Nia Jax, you're not gonna get that 5-star match that everybody kind of clamors for with this new era of wrestling. That's why. Nia Jax, you're not gonna get a whole bunch of. You're not gonna get that 5-star match.
Who's the opponent? That's the problem. They don't.
And that's the thing, Daniel. It don't matter who the opponent is because is who she is. No matter who she's with, the match is not going to be a 5-star.
Has she faced Bianca Belair?
Yes, she has.
She's fought Rhea Ripley in Australia when they went down there the first time. That was a banger of a match.
That was a very solid basic match. That wasn't anything special.
We're not doing this, Brian. We're not gonna.
That was a very solid match.
On a scale of 4, at a scale of 1 to 5, it was a 4.
Okay, let me ask you this: Are you gonna go back and watch that match anytime soon?
No.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because if it's a 5-star and that you loved it,
I didn't say 5-star. I said it was a 4-star, meaning it was a good match.
It was that good.
It was a good match. But everything, I don't know what people keep saying this about Nia Jax. I'm like, she's been great since her return. What is the problem? I don't get it.
Probably just side shaming.
I think it has to do with just this.
That's what it is, Lewis. That's what it is.
There's no era of how wrestling is looked at. Pretty much put it this way: if you don't look like Will Ospreay, some people are just saying that it ain't worth it. And I say all the time, everybody can't work like Will Ospreay. Everybody can't work like Kenny Omega, like some of these other guys that come out with these 5-star matches every single time.
You say this, Nia Jax. If you're ever listening to this podcast, it was not me. It was Brian hating on you. It was not me or Lewis. It was Brian.
I ain't scared of no damn Nia Jax.
Yeah, right.
Right now.
Damn Nia Jax.
He talks a big game right now.
What's Nia Jax?
So you get that Samoan drop.
What's Nia Jax gonna do besides come out my bald spot? Like, what's she gonna say?
Like drop you.
Oh my goodness, just so much hate. So much hate.
What's she gonna do? She ain't gonna do nothing.
Just so negative. But yeah, I love Nia Jax. Keep up the work, Nia Jax. We'll see what happens in the second half of the year. But I thought the Battle Royal was pretty solid. Everybody got their stuff in. Kalani Jordan had that spot when she jumped on the table and stuff like that. And made her way back to the ring. So I thought that was cool that she's now taking that up on that end there. But yeah, to get Stephanie back here, the hottest woman getting pushed right now, I thought it was a good move. I thought it was a good move to give her that edge. Let's keep moving on here to the Judgment Day. The new Judgment Day. Is this the new Judgment Day?
Yeah.
I guess so. Retained their tag team titles on a fatal 4-way involving Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, Sol Ruka and Zarya, and the Kabuki Warriors, who reunited last Monday on Raw. I thought this was a good match as well with Raquel and Roxanne working as a tandem. What did you guys think about them retaining their first matchup together?
Honestly, this match kind of showed me how great this crowd was for this show.
Yep.
Like this match specifically is where you really notice how loud the crowd was, because I think I don't know if you guys noticed it, but at one point during the match they were actually chanting, "We want Charlotte."
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys remember. At one point when she was on the apron, they were chanting, "We want Charlotte."
There's a thing to that because
I was just like, "Oh my fucking
Atlanta,
God,
Georgia is Flair country." That is Flair country. North Carolina, Atlanta, down south is Flair country.
I was just thinking maybe being in Flair country played the role. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But the fact that she was getting that reaction, I actually felt good for her for a change, because I think it was on Friday where that article that she had written in the Players Tribune came out. So I read some of it talking about her journey and in regards to like what she went through when she was injured and going through a divorce at the same time. And me personally, I never went through those two experiences, but me personally, like trying to like plan a wedding and trying to buy a house at the exact same time, and the stress that goes, the mental stress that you have to go through both processes. I can understand how like frustrating it was to be going through an injury and at the same time, you're losing your husband and going through a divorce. And she just talks about all of that and everything that she went through. She talks about the segment with Tiffany Stratton and how in the moment where it's like for a moment, because Tiffany was talking about her as a person and not the character of Charlotte. So like how she was taken back. If you read some of it, you'll connect to a lot of the stuff that she was feeling. So in a way, when they started cheering for her, I immediately started thinking about what I had read in the article, and it was just like, no, I feel happy for her with everything that she through, coming back from her injury and dealing with all of that. I'm happy for Charlotte. I'm happy she got that response, and the tag team is working with her and Alexa Bliss playing that couple that's not friends, but friends with benefits, whatever they want to call each other. They're not friends, right? But that's good for them. Zarya and so Ruka, they had a very good showing. I mean, actually, so Ruka had a good showing the entire weekend because I watched her match at NXT Great American Bash. She had a great match there too. So moving forward in the future, when she comes to the main roster, she's going to be huge. And it was a very good match. And one of the positives as to why this show stole the weekend. What's up, Luz?
That's you, Luz.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, what were we on? late nights, man.
Yeah, the Fatal 4-Way tag team match.
The disrespect to the women. Oh my God.
Disrespect. I was just giving all the praise to every match. I don't want to hear it.
I got you. And I know.
Oh, man. No,
look, it's a long day, y'all.
Who are you telling? I like I was saying before, I think that match did wonders for the Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss tag team match. Great showing for the NXT, Sol Ruka. I'm huge on Sol Ruka. I think just that finisher alone is going to take her a lot of places. And who is it, Zarya? I'm actually curious to see her singles run when she gets that going because I know she was kind of made to be a big deal coming in. Kabuki Warriors, I'm not going to lie, I was not too excited to see them back together, but
such negativity on this show.
They actually looked they looked solid. They're fast, quick, fast pace. And then they had the same thing on Monday too. So I was like, okay, this works. And who was the other tag team? It was
the tag team champions.
Yes. Who I already figured wasn't gonna lose their titles that night, but Roxanne Perez, killing it. And I'm still going to be very curious to see, we haven't heard anything on when Liv will be back and it sounds like she might be out for a while, but I'm very curious to see what that story's how that's going to unfold, which needs to be a big payoff at some point because this whole Finn scheming situation better lead to something good. So, but all in all, that match was definitely solid, and great by all the teams in it.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good match. As I said, I think this is the best Raquel Rodriguez has looked on the main roster with her positioning, her power, showcasing.
Big Mommy Cool.
Big Mommy Cool. Actually got her looking good and able to showcase what she's been able to bring to the table that they haven't been able to show when she first got called up. So for them to do that, she has a little bit more character into her persona. So that's a good thing as well. Her and Roxanne work together really well. Big little woman combination works good together. Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, we all had skepticism like, hey, this is only for Charlotte to get cheered. But I actually think it's generally working in her favor in terms of people actually are liking and cheering her rather than just her being with Alexa Bliss. They are actually cheering her. This tandem, this tag team, and it's working. The save that she did when she saved Alexa Bliss from the spear from Zarya, and Zarya hit Sol Ruka. I thought that was pretty good as well. To have that moment for them and the look on their faces and the camera caught that, I was like, okay, that's dope that they're doing that. The Kabuki Warriors, it's always awesome to see Asuka. I don't want her to do the hip attack move as her finisher though, but that's a story for another day. Her and Kairi Sane work really well together. Hopefully they get a run with the tag team titles at some point, because I just like their action in the ring. And I think it brings a different dynamic to the tag teams division. And seeing this women's tag team division, it's like, okay, now is this going to give WWE a little bit more credibility to actually focus on the women's tag team division going forward and actually showcase them and give them matches? And wishful thinking, right?
For now.
Maybe not.
Yeah, probably.
wishful thinking.
Maybe if we had at least like 2 or 3 more teams, maybe you'd have a full division.
Okay, all right. I'm glad you just brought this up. Matter of fact, I want to actually go back to the Battle Royal, because we're talking about the tag teams, right? So what's one tag team that's been noted on Monday Night Raw? Fucking Natalia and fucking
Maxine Dupree.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember the spot in the Battle Royal, but I think like Maxine did her typical, baby face.
The worm.
The worm. And
the worm was terrible.
I swear to fucking God, when I saw Natalia do the worm, in my mind, I'm like, where the fuck is the low-key legend that was beating the fuck out of everybody on the Independents? Where is that character? All of us have been clamoring for to see. You got her doing the worm on this PLE. Where's the low-key legend?
I don't get
Ryan, that's Natalia. Natty is the one out there.
Where is that? That character needs to be presented onto the main roster. We don't need to see
it. Should
even if she's just tough on Maxine Dupree, and then Maxine Dupree eventually gets good. That should be the story they're telling. If Natty's going to be a hard ass. And it's simple.
But I don't understand why Triple H doesn't see this, or maybe he does see it and he's just waiting to unleash it.
He still has a beef. He still has a beef.
Right there. What you see on the Independents with her needs to be on the main roster. I don't understand why you don't see that shit. Make her the low-key legend.
He has a beef with the Hart Foundation, a long, everlasting beef with the Hart Foundation. Forever.
I'll say this. Here's a hot take. If you present her in that manner, she'll be in a main title match at WrestleMania next year. That's how interesting it is.
That is a goddamn hot take, Brian.
Yes, that's a hot take. No, if they present that character, she'll be in a title match at WrestleMania.
No, but I completely agree with you in terms of what she's been able to do. If she was that grizzly veteran that was just like pissed off and just like I'm fucking up everybody, and then she had, again, I always say this, have lackeys, have people behind her that support her because she's a legend. And they'd be like, she's underutilized, she's not appreciated, we appreciate her, and just have them back her up and her just kicking ass, that could work. I don't understand why they don't do it. I don't understand why they haven't gone that direction with her. I've been a Natty fan for a long time, and I'm like, there's something there. Let her go. And if you see her stuff on the indies, when she went to Reality of Wrestling, and then she went to Evolve facing Callie Armstrong, if you've seen those matches when she's putting in work, it's like, this has been there all along. So why haven't we been able to tap into this? I don't know, but
it's probably also the
long-lasting feud with the Hart Foundation. Yes,
I think it's just finding a space for it, because there's a lot of stories going on right now, and I mean.
Whoa! I'm just going to say this. We sat there for a Liv Morgan story for 5 months.
Okay, but that was also, who did we talk about? Who was even considered as a contender on that Raw roster? Remember, it was literally just Rhea, Liv.
Give me Natty. Give me something different.
Okay, and I think that's the thing. They need to. You can't just do another vignette. And she's just tough Maddie out of nowhere. It's like, it's got to be a proper change.
Maybe that's what this is.
And boom, we got a story. It's got.
She turns on Maxine Dupree.
And I swear to you.
Oh yeah, she does need to turn on her.
If it comes out that the reason why we don't see the character is because Natty doesn't want to do it on the main roster, I'm gonna just look at her and be like, woman, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is the most interesting you've been in a decade. Why the fuck would you not want to do it on the main roster?
Like, she has friends, and she wants to stay friends with them.
I'm just saying, I will forget about the cat stuff she was doing. I will forget about the fart stuff that they made her do.
Fart stuff.
It will be so different if she was serious Natty on the main roster.
Oh yeah.
Please. Let's keep moving on to the opener of the night. Becky Lynch sneaks her way, retaining her IC title. I thought this match was pretty good, considering everyone involved and everyone getting their shit in. The ending for me with the sneak up backslide, I thought that was so clever.
Yeah.
For Becky Lynch to get the win that way, I was like, okay, that was satisfactory. But what did you guys think about that match?
No, just echo your sentiments, Daniel. That's the one takeaway from the match. Just the finishing of itself, how clever it was from Becky Lynch's standpoint. When you go into PLEs like this, the match that kicks off the show kind of sets the tone, and that's exactly what these three women did. I mean, they have the chemistry, they have the timing, the pacing of the match was very good. Like I said, Lyra, she just continues to improve week after week, and Bailey and Becky Lynch, part of the Four Horsewomen, they're just established veterans at this point. So the match itself, everything screamed positivity. That's exactly what we got. Like the finish was tremendous. I guess apparently coming out of this, and then out of this, we got a great 2 out of 3 falls match on Monday Night Raw between Bailey and Lyra Valkyria, as though Lyra is going to finally get her third match against Becky Lynch to kind of put an end to this feud. So that's going to be tremendous. If it's going to be as good as their first 2 matches, that means the third match is probably going to be tremendous. So that's definitely something to look forward to.
Yep.
No, yeah. I think I said the same thing earlier. Like, it was a great match, solid technical wrestling, reversals, all that going on in the match. Becky coming out with that win was great. I think it obviously propels her as this top athlete and top of the division right now. But yeah, all in all, that was a solid match. And then what all of them at this point are really solid technically. I think I'm just a little biased and I want Bailey to win, but at the same time, I don't know how they would do something different with her or what route they would take. Would she be a heel off rip, or would she be a baby face naturally? I don't know. There's a lot of possibility. I'm a huge Bailey fan, so I just want to see them do something good with her after all these, because after the results on Monday, then it's what are we doing at this point? Because she's missing WrestleMania and now she's missing SummerSlam.
It's almost like that Bailey has become like the Sami Zayn of the women's division in a sense.
Yeah. But hey, she has more title reigns though.
She's actually had success. Yes, she's actually had successful main event runs. I couldn't agree more. I thought the match was great. I thought Bailey and Lyra, they all worked together pretty good in what we saw on Monday Night Raw with the 2 out of 3 falls. I thought that was a pretty good match between Lyra and Bailey, setting up Lyra to take on Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. So we're getting that again at SummerSlam. Can't wait to see that. As for Bailey, I love Bailey as a wrestler. I thought that she should have had a little bit more success than she has. But we'll see what happens with her. Hopefully they figure out a way to make sure she's not out the shuffle, at least. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's go to a little bit of NXT there on Evolution. We had Blake Monroe turn on Jordan Jace, helping JC Jane retain the NXT title. I was a little upset about this because when Mariah May came into NXT, I was like, what are they going to do with her? How are they going to showcase her in this light that's different from what she did in AEW? And I feel like they did the same thing that she did in AEW. And that's what I'm afraid of.
Well, I can understand where you're coming from with that. But they may have done the same thing, but in a way, it's kind of the best thing that you can do with her because she's better as a heel than she is as a babyface. If you like I said, if you watched her in AEW, she was when she was world champion as a heel, she was one of the most sinister characters on that roster.
Yeah.
Some people were saying that like her feud was kind of booked kind of weak because it was because based upon the talent that she had to work with. But she made the best out of every moment. Like she was sinister as hell. Her promos, everything, her character work, all of that stuff. She even had me. I think I mentioned this before. Had me at a point where I was saying, "Yo, she's a bitch." Like really, she was like, really, that's how good she was. So when I saw that she was debuting and kind of moving into this babyface direction, I was just like, "Well, okay, you can do that, but that's not the best of her. That's not her strength." Being a heel, that's the best you're gonna get of a Mariah May or Blake Monroe.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that they kind of pivoted and went in the direction of what her strength is, being a heel. Maybe if they had more weeks to kind of tell the story.
That's what it is.
It would have been better. But literally, it was told in 2 weeks. Literally, they were together in the tag team for Great American Bash, and then they broke up the next day. So it's like it was so quick.
The one thing we don't get is those breaks, but yeah. Sorry.
Lack of a build for this stuff. And I think Billy Ray said it on Busted Open Radio. He was kind of upset. He was thinking that Evolution shouldn't be a yearly thing, where it should be a pop-up, because he's like, if the build is not going to be taken seriously, then why do it? And I kind of agree to that, but it's like, we did get this match. The women on the show pulled it out their ass, putting the show together. Ultimately, but he was kind of saying that it's not that they don't deserve a pay-per-view, but he's kind of like they're on the even par with the men, where they can be showcased with their own stories and main events and stuff like that. So I get what he was saying from that point. From this, I'm just confused, because I know JC Jane is a part of Fatal Influence and stuff like that, and it's just like, I don't know, NXT is just, they got a lot of moving parts with NXT.
Too many moving parts. So like I said, their women's division is literally carrying them right now, because the men's division is the weakest that it's been in years, if you really want to think about it. Look at Oba Femi's last 3 title defenses. Miles Bourne, Jasper Troy, the guy who won the LFG, and now Anamura, the Asian guy from Pro Wrestling Noah. That was his last 3 title defenses. The division is weak.
Why don't they just have? I don't know what they're doing.
All they have is Obafemi right now, and Ethan Page, and
I mean, you got Trick Williams mixing it up on TNA. You still got you got Ethan Page, who's the North American champion. You got Ricky Saints. You still got Javon Evans. You got Tony D'Angelo. But literally, after those guys, that's pretty much it.
I don't want to see Tony D'Angelo. But as for NXT, I'm just sitting there thinking, like, why don't they just have him face TNA guys if that's the case? If you can't find anybody,
I mean, he did have the match with Moose a couple of months ago, so they did kind of like starting the whole partnership.
Do that again. Like, I don't want like, he's facing, no offense to these people who are working hard and professional wrestlers, he's facing nobodies. As the NXT champion, it's like, okay, like, bring in somebody special from like Europe or something. I don't know, like, do something like that. I don't know. But that was WWE's Evolution. I thought it was a pretty good show, great show. Naomi's cash-in was great. But that was on Sunday. Let's get to Saturday with Saturday night's main event, people. Goldberg's last match.
Okay. You want me to go?
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Whoa. You guys are not gonna crap on this match, are you?
I'm not going to crap to this match.
I'm not going to crap on it. Because like I said, I thought this match was going to be over inside 2 or 3 minutes. But to actually see that they kind of had like somewhat of a match. They had a couple of spots in there, like with Goldberg trying to go for the spear outside and crashing through the barricade, to the referee spot where he took out Charles Robinson and apparently cracked his rib.
Cracked his damn rib.
He cracked his rib. This was like your basic old school match, and you did get he did get the spear, he did hit the jackhammer to kind of give you that thought that maybe he might come out on top, but he actually he ended up not coming out on top. The match was decent. That's all it was. It was decent based upon Goldberg's limitations and everything.
He really underselling the legend here, Brian.
It was decent.
undersell.
And all this complaining he's doing, my opinion, he's not complaining about the match in of itself. I think he's really upset about what happened when he tried to give his speech and NBC kind of cut it off. But like I said off the air, at the end of the day, bro, if they gotta be off the air at 11 o'clock, they gotta be off the air at 11 o'clock. They got other programming, they got news, they got the 11 o'clock news and all a bunch of other stuff in all other regions of the country to get to. Like, if you want to get mad at somebody, either get mad at yourself and Gunther for not finishing the match sooner so you could have your speech, get mad at Triple H for booking too many matches beforehand, get mad at NBC for the amount of commercials, whatever the case you want to be. But at the end of the day, they had to get off the air at 11 o'clock. All right, so you can't get mad at.
I'm gonna let Lewis go. Lewis, you can go. I'm
gonna go last. This match surprised me. It was better than I expected. It was better than I expected. I thought this match was gonna be over in like 7 minutes. The whole chop thing. Some putting holds on each other, but I didn't expect Goldberg much. And I will give him credit though, because he did sell that knee messing him up a lot and like him needing attention and all that stuff. I feel like that played really well into the match. But yeah, I mean, Gunther came out looking great as he needed to and as he should have. But yeah, I think what just frustrated more, I mean, I didn't even really hear what he said towards the end. But he gave a little speech. It's just like, why come out here with like, it's not what I wanted or it's not the best price. It's like, how many people get this opportunity? Especially from his era, and to be getting all these props and still complain about how it's done or things being cut off or not getting this, not getting that. It's like, dude,
exactly.
You realize that this moment has already passed. And we're just throwing you another bone to show some respect. And I get it. Goldberg had a long-lasting career, but he was also not the most well-received person in the locker room as well. He was a monster animal, did great things in WCW, but you get what you get, and don't just sit there and be like, well, you wouldn't have done this to The Undertaker or Triple H, or it's like you're on national TV. You realize they're not going to wait for you.
Exactly. And Daniel, before you go, I just want to say, as an aside, Bret Hart even went as far as to say, I wouldn't even given him the fucking mic to even give us.
I bet.
Hey, Bret Hart was right all along.
Exactly.
Looking at this, first of all, respect for the match because he got through it. He got through it. Nobody got hurt. Gunther got the job done.
The referee got hurt. What you mean?
He's not a competitor, so he's not. I'm not going to count him in that regard. But looking at this match, my thing with Goldberg, you're on the poster.
Literally on Peacock. Yeah.
You're on the poster. You're having more attention than you had in probably a long time. In probably a long time.
For the last time, you mean?
You're in your hometown. It's a sellout. Take what you can get, man.
Exactly.
Kurt Angle didn't get this.
I mean, you came out. You had the same security. You had the same security guy who's been escorting you to the ring.
I think it's JJ Dillon who worked in WCW.
Doug Dillinger, yeah. They actually featured him on the show as one of the guys. Like,
I think Ernest Miller. I think Ernest Miller was there.
Yeah. You had your son there. You had your son there. You had all your boys there. You had all your family there. Like, what the fuck else? What the fuck else do you want, man?
Like, my thing is this, and yes, they got off the air, but you still made your speech to the crowd.
Yeah,
you didn't stop after that. Reportedly, Cody Rhodes came out and made a speech for him as well. So it's like, yo, you didn't.
You like, do realize just because it's not on NBC, it'll be on WWE social media. They'll edit they'll take whatever you said and put the entirety of it
up as an exclusive,
so more people will see it. Like, relax.
That's an exclusive. Like, that's my thing.
More people will see it.
Him just complaining at the end, and Goldberg, putting a lot of work in the industry and stuff like that, for better or for worse, or whatever people want to say about him. But it's just like, yo, now you're whining after you just had that moment.
Yep.
Like, WWE didn't have to do that
at all.
Not at all.
They could have showcased anybody else in Atlanta.
They did you a
favor. They could have picked any other legend for that spot.
They did you a favor, motherfucker.
Pretty much, they threw you a bone. Your family came in. Your kids came in and saw you wrestle. Like, I don't know what else they were supposed to do. And yes, it was unfortunate that happened. But to turn around and complain about it, it's like, all right, man. Like, don't turn this into something.
Yeah, go sit your old ass, go sit your old ass down somewhere. Okay, you had your match. Now you out of sight, out of mind for the rest of your fucking life as far as WWE goes.
No, he's gonna get another match, and he's gonna win 10 times over on that one.
Why the fuck you put negative out there, man? Stop it.
Hey, the negative brought when his name was mentioned of coming back, and look what happened.
Shout out to little Nate Charles Robinson taking that blow, that spear. Reportedly a cracked rib. I just laughed when I saw that.
like I said, Bret Hart tried to tell y'all.
I tried to tell you.
Yeah, tried to tell y'all. Like, bro, he ended my career.
Man. Let's continue to move on to some unfortunate move. Seth Rollins, apparent leg injury. I'm hoping to God that it was just a tweak. I'm hoping to God that it's just a part of the story. But he went over LA Knight. He did a flip over LA Knight and came down on that right leg. And is that the same leg from the Kane incident?
I think it was.
It might be.
Yeah, and Daniel.
It's been a long while.
So Seth was on the Rich Eisen podcast today, and it's more than a tweak, man. He alluded to it, like based upon how he knows his body and how his body functions. He even knows like this is more than a tweak. Like he's already knows he's going to be out for an extended period of time, but his mindset is, I know I can make it back for next year's WrestleMania. That's where his mind is right now, based upon the link that I read. Yeah, so he's gonna be out for a little bit. So.
I just hope this doesn't derail a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I don't even know what this means in terms of like Roman Reigns coming back. Is this?
Well, we saw
because when is War Games? Is that September? October?
That's November.
November.
Okay.
November.
I mean, I feel like you could have saved all this literally for that, but who knows? Maybe they'll run like a brief.
Yeah, but Seth was
run through all this and then see how it goes in the end.
Yeah, Seth was going to factor in the War Games hugely. Like obviously him, Braun, and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. They were going to probably be in the main event. So it is going to be very interesting what they do moving forward. But in a way, and I know some fans on social media alluded to this. It's like, Triple H, he relies on, if you think about it, Triple H's booking since he's taken over, he's relied on Seth Rollins a lot. When we really think about it. Who was the first world champion? Seth Rollins. who had
that long extended title run when he should have taken that long extended title.
It's almost like he looks at Seth Rollins and saying, like, okay, this is my Shawn Michaels, in a sense, because Shawn Michaels is his best friend. So he relies on Seth Rollins so much. So
even Vince, right? Even Vince, when Cody came back, Seth was his first opponent.
Because Seth is so multi-dimensional, such an all-around competitor that, like, he is good enough where you can't rely on him. But in a way, maybe him being out will allow you to kind of look at other guys that kind of on that cusp and kind of like give them the opportunity. Guys like LA Knight, guys like Karrion Kross, who are finally waiting to break out. Maybe you can look at it from that standpoint. But a guy like Seth Rollins, you're definitely gonna miss him. So wish him the best.
Yeah, just storyline wise, what does this mean for the group? What does this mean? I mean, and then I also heard a couple things online like, oh, well, you got Paul Heyman over here reminding everyone that he has the whole year to cash in,
which he does,
which is true.
That's good because when he finally does come back, there you go, cash in right then and there.
Paul Heyman comes on stage and hands him the briefcase.
He hands him the belt.
Yeah, when Seth is ready, just have his return be a Money in the Bank cash in. That's simple.
Yeah, but
man, just hoping for a speedy recovery for Seth Rollins because he's one of the best in the ring right now. of all time, one of the best that has been in the ring. Putting his resume together. Hopefully, he makes a speedy recovery. They're alluding to it's not, and it sucks because he was going to factor into SummerSlam as well. So
yeah,
that's a thing. That's the
I think they were going to do. Yeah, I think they were, either it was going to be him and Punk 1-on-1 or him and Roman 1-on-1.
We're going to get something.
Yeah.
Now we're not going to get it. But yeah, that sucks. So speedy recovery. LA Knight got the win. Unfortunately, we're going to see what happens with LA Knight going forward. Obviously, he's going to battle this new group that we still don't have a name for. Hopefully, we get that.
The Empire.
And now with Seth gone, we're probably not going to get a name for a while. So,
oh man, let's keep moving on. Jelly Roll is the latest celebrity to step in the ring. We kind of talked off here a little bit about this.
Okay. All right. So,
was Bad Bunny not available?
He's in a residency in PR.
Okay, so
break him out.
So first I had to defend Nikki Bella. Now I gotta defend Jelly Roll. Like, so this is the role that I've been.
Whoa.
You're putting yourself in these positions.
This is what you want.
No, because y'all keep coming at them, so I have to put myself in these positions. Like, guys, come on. Celebrities have been used. Like you said, you mentioned Bad Bunny. Celebrities, music acts have been used in WWE since the beginning of time, since the days of Mr. T at WrestleMania. Like
Jelly Roll,
that's what they do. And like I said off the
Jelly
air,
Roll.
But here's the thing:
his name is Jelly Roll.
So after all of that, see, Daniel, at one point in time, I actually was thinking about things along the same lines as you in regards to Jelly Roll. And then I heard a podcast that he did after SmackDown. When he talks about everything that he's been doing to get prepared for this match. He's actually been training in the ring. He's actually had Undertaker and Michelle McCool giving him pointers. He's actually been training with Randy Orton. Like, he got himself in probably the best shape that he's been in years. Like, if you see how he looked last year at SummerSlam when he did that spot, I think with Miz and someone else, where he did like a double choke slam or something, the man looked completely out of shape. And he gave you the thought that, like, if he's going to get into the ring, he can't look like this. Now, fast forward a year later, look at Jelly Roll now. He's lost a whole bunch of weight. And the segments that he's participated in, he's hit all of his cues. I actually had to watch the segment on SmackDown with him and Drew where he calls out Logan, where he talks about Logan Paul, to actually see, like, okay, let's wait and see how this thing is going to work out. Because I think people immediately criticized it, saying, we didn't want Jelly Roll. We don't want Jelly Roll. Just wait and see what happens. Wait to see what he's going to do. Because people said the same shit about Bad Bunny. They didn't want Bad Bunny involved. And then Bad Bunny had a match at WrestleMania and then told everyone to shut the fuck up. Now everybody wants to see Bad Bunny again like Daniel does. So, like, wait and see what happens first before you critique.
Brian, let's be serious.
Yeah, we're being serious.
No, this is not serious. Jelly Roll is good in the spots he's already been in. He can throw a punch here, little clothesline there, little drop here, but he's not going to be on the par of Bad Bunny or anyone else who probably comes Steve around. He might run the ropes a little bit, but that's all he's going to do. He's not coming out here and going to be tagging in, tagging out, and doing all this and this and that. So,
I mean, if there's anybody to tell him that less is more, it's going to be Randy Orton, right?
Exactly. Look who's in the ring with Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre. Like, you don't think these guys are going to protect the shit out of him to make it look good?
They are. Of course they are, but they're still going to put their hands on them somewhat, right?
He
just has to be able to deliver and get through it, but who knows?
I just gotta say this before we move on. You're disgusting, Brian. Nikki Bella and Jelly Roll in the same week. This is
the only person we've ever heard root for Nikki Bella.
I mean, if you want to get technical, I didn't root for her. I just tried.
Yes, you've been defending her from the beginning.
I tried to explain that, like, there's a business reason why she's back, even though you guys don't want her back. That's all I tried to say.
Is that the same excuse you're going to use for Jelly Roll? There's a business decision.
No, there is a business reason. There is a business reason. Because the people that listen to his music, they want to watch wrestling now.
I do, maybe.
Moving on. Solo retains his United States title against Jimmy Uso. I don't know what to make of this match. It was quick, easy. We're getting this bloodline story somehow.
To be real with you, I don't even know why this match was on the fucking card. To be honest,
It shouldn't have been. Maybe that's why Goldberg was upset.
Realistically, if you go back to the tag team match that they had on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago, I think it was Jimmy and Jacob Fatu versus Solo and JC Mateo. I think Jacob pinned Solo. So why the fuck is Jimmy getting the title match? That doesn't make sense.
Because they do what they want, all right?
Like Jacob pinned Solo, and I think they put Jacob through the table.
That's what it was.
Took him out. But realistically, Jacob pinned Solo, so Jacob should be getting the next opportunity.
Solo handpicked him as his opponent. That's what it was.
And he made a mistake, and he paid greatly for it.
Oh my god.
MFT. Yeah.
But yeah, I just think this is another stepping stone into the right direction. Certainly, this didn't need to be on there, but it was. But it was what it was. Solo picking up the win, building momentum. We'll see what happens with that group. That was Saturday night's main event. Goldberg's last match. He wished he got a little bit more respect, but yeah. But let's get into AEW All In Texas. Was wild. You guys saw more of it more than me. I saw highlights in a couple matches here and there, but
okay. So let me ask Lewis, did you watch All In?
Yes, entirely? I did. Yes, I did.
Okay, so you all right, fine. All right, okay, so we can finally talk about this, not just me solo. Daniel, do you have the match results up?
He doesn't even want to try and look.
So you don't have the results up.
This is the one I do have the results up.
Their biggest show of the year, their most successful show of the year.
Yeah.
8 matches on the card, not pre-show.
The show where AEW pretty much says, we coming for you. Because AEW is coming. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say.
They're coming for the ghost of ECW. Yeah, that's who they're coming for.
They coming. At least that's what Tony Khan said. We coming.
He didn't say that, did he?
Okay, no, he didn't say it. He alluded to that, but he didn't actually say that. Okay. In regards to all in, my overall reaction to it. Now, this might be somewhat of a hot take, but I honestly feel like All In definitely topped WrestleMania in some aspects. It was definitely better than night one, because realistically, night one of WrestleMania was saved by that main event triple threat match. That saved night one. So definitely AEW was better than night one. Now, as far as night two goes, definitely was better than the night two main event. But for the most part, AEW kind of did top WrestleMania in its totality. It did. All In was better than WrestleMania. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you had
blasphemy.
You don't think so, Lewis? You don't think it was better than WrestleMania? All these people complaining about Cena and Cody and how poor that was. People complaining about how poor night one was when you didn't get any showcase and anything. All In trumped all of that, in my opinion.
Here
we go.
I wouldn't go that far that they're carrying the entire. I mean, yeah, they're a huge part, and they're the main reason why these women are so successful. But it's also an obsolete machinery, you know. Like if we want to go explore and see other things, you know, we need the freedom. But I don't know. That's just me.
No. But
if you're gonna say AEW's All In was better than WrestleMania,
I'm not saying all that, but Brian is. I'm saying the show. I like that it was there was less matches on the card, and then somehow still managed to be long as hell. But as far as story progression, you know, things making sense. I like what they did. Obviously, the main event was gruesome, as Dan loved it. But then, you know, so you had also giant classics.
I hope John Moxley takes a break. I hope he goes away from.
Every time he tries, he gets pulled right back.
Daniel,
that is true.
He ain't taking no break because he was advertised for the main event of Dynamite tonight in the 6-man tag. So he ain't taking no break.
Jesus.
I don't even want to touch my forehead. Oh my God.
Okay. So in my humble opinion, my favorite match of the night was the tag team match between Swerve, Ospreay, and the Young Bucks. Now that was just a tremendous match. There was so many spots I can't even go through. Like I said, when Will Ospreay gets into a ring himself, it's all automatic 5-star because you know what you're gonna get from him. And then you add in Swerve, you add in the Young Bucks who kind of perfected this whole indie style of wrestling that kind of AEW is based upon. They had a tremendous match. Swerve and the Young Bucks. Swerve and Ospreay came out on top. So it's going to be very interesting to see, like, okay, now that the Young Bucks are not going to be EVPs anymore, what's their character going to be moving forward? And you're still going to have Ospreay and Swerve in the main event picture, so that's a positive. And both men factored in the main event, especially Swerve, which we'll get into.
Yeah, that the whole switching of the EVPs. I want to see what that's going to look like. Are they just going to come out and start making their own rules or bringing their own people in? I'm definitely one who is, I think, just like the Death Riders, the Young Bucks. I don't know. They can still go in the ring and they're great. I don't know. Maybe for me, it's just the character work that I feel like we've kind of been seeing this song and dance with them a little while. Where they're like, yeah, we're the EVPs, we're the best, we're the founding fathers. The founding fathers thing I did not like.
Long-term booking.
What long-term booking?
All right, so
20 years of the same thing.
Yeah, so to go through the card,
I think Swerve and Ospreay are probably just going to book themselves in title matches, and the power is going to go to one of their heads and probably lose or screw each other, and then they get into a feud or something. But we'll see what happens.
All right, so looking at the results, the match that kicked off the night, I'm not even going to get into the pre-show. But the main card, the first match was the trios match for the AEW title with the Ops of Shibata, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Samoa Joe against the Death Riders of Claudio, Wheeler, and Gabe Kidd. It was a very solid match, very nice way to kick off the show. And
very
then
simple.
And then you had Claudio taking out Samoa Joe, with put a chair around his neck, kind of stepped on the chair. The reports are saying that they did that angle because Samoa Joe was about to do some promotional work for the new series on Peacock that he's in, Twisted Metal, which I've actually watched a little bit of. It's all right for the most part. So he's doing promotional work for that. So I think that's why they took him. And my whole thing is, if that's the reason, then why the hell did you just have them lose then? like what's the point of keeping the titles on them if Samoa Joe is going to be going away to do other stuff? Like, that's just me.
Because they're the Ops.
Yeah,
Freebird.
That's why. The Ops always get their man.
Yeah. And then next we had the Casino Gauntlet match for the men, which MJF came out on top. My only critique about the Casino Gauntlet match was that it was 34 minutes long. That shit was just way too long for the men. It was mad long. Like I get that they were trying to get everybody out, but it came to a point in the match where it was just like, okay, that's enough guys that are out here. Can we get a winner now? When Max Caster came out and he started doing his little talking.
Why?
Let's go, Max! You're the best. Once that happened, I was just like, okay, there's too many fucking people out here, bro.
They need to put it to a 10-man. They need to put it to a 10-man gauntlet match.
But the finish, I will say this much: the finish was very creative with because Mark Briscoe and MJF had started the match, and Mark Briscoe had hit his brother's finish onto, I think it was Roderick Strong, and then MJF ran in, knocked Briscoe out of the ring, and then took the pinfall, which was very good because they've been telling this story for the last couple of weeks between MJF and Mark Briscoe, so kind of added to their feud. So that was a very clever way to end it. But MJF came out on top. He's the next number one contender. They've been teasing additionally, they've been teasing this other feud between MJF and Hangman Adam Page for a number of weeks as well too. Yeah. So that's going to be very interesting going forward how they're going to address that. And I see here next.
And they also got the hinting of who's do we know who Ricky Stark's girlfriend is?
Who?
I mean, sorry, not Ricky Stark. Wow, now I'm getting names all mixed up.
Next match on the card.
Oh my god!
So after this, Adam Cole came out and pretty much relinquished the TNT title. Yeah. Which was, if you go back and watch it, that actually was a very an emotional segment for him. The reports are saying it may be a concussion. We don't know. It could be something even more serious. But literally, going into the event, he was going to wrestle on that day, and then he literally woke up either the day of or the day before, and he wasn't feeling too good, and they had to make the call to take the TNT title off of him. So Adam Cole, we wish you the best. Come back soon. Me personally, when you come back, if you come back, please talk to Tony Khan and have them put you back on Dynamite, because what they have been doing with you for the last month, throwing you on the collision and essentially keeping you over there, it's been a shit show. Like, you deserve better.
Carrying Collision, man.
Adam Cole deserves better than fucking Collision.
Even their group name is terrible.
Paragon. Exactly. That's another thing. Like
that's something from WWE games.
Yeah.
Like there's a guy on there called Paragon. I forgot his name on there, but it's like a character in the My Career.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody just went digging and was like, what can we call this group? Paragon. There we go.
Yeah, exactly.
From the 50s.
So in exchange, they had this fatal four-way for the TNT title, which include Dustin Rhodes, Kyle Fletcher, Sammy Guevara, and Daniel Garcia.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it should have just been a one-on-one match between Daniel Garcia and Kyle Fletcher, because those are the faces who have been on Collision, kind of telling this story between Adam Cole and Kyle Fletcher, which was the original match. And they had Dustin Rhodes, of all people, come out on top and be the new TNT champion.
Hey, he finally got a title in AEW.
It was a great moment, but it was just so random. And I get it, because they kind of had to pivot, but it's just like
just say you hate Dustin Rhodes.
Make it moments.
I don't hate Dustin Rhodes. It's just like Kyle Fletcher was right there. Like,
I really thought he was going to win.
Was right there. Why don't you just put the title on him?
I really thought he was going to win, and he was going to finally get his little title run. But I'm not mad at. Unless the plan is for him and Kyle Fletcher to go one-on-one, and Fletcher just beats him straight up then, which I'm assuming that's what I'd be pissed, because then I'd be like, what was the point of giving them the damn titles? But
that's another story.
I mean, Dustin, he still goes hard. He has
at 56, and he had like 3 matches over the weekend, right?
Yes, he did. The man
he fought in ROH. He did a pre-show
he's not even
match.
in crazy shape, but he still goes hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so the next match was Swerve Ospreay. They beat the Young Bucks, like I talked about. So they're still going to be in the main title picture. Very interesting to see what the Bucks are going to do moving forward. If they're going to have new gimmicks. Then right after that was the Women's Casino Gauntlet match, which, as I predicted, Athena came out on top. Which, again, like I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, she needs to be in a better position. But at the same time, if she leaves her current position, that company is going to die. I've been saying it on social media for the longest time. If Athena leaves Ring of Honor ain't shit. Ring of Honor is gonna go just die, because she's literally been carrying that promotion. I think she's been champion for over 900 days now.
She defeated Thunder Rosa on their show.
Yeah. Ring of Honor had a show on Friday, and I think Athena is now at 930 something days as champion. So she's definitely gonna get to 1,000. So we know.
I think maybe that's what they want to do. I think they want to get to it.
Yeah,
but they also need to show her regularly. They need to showcase more of what she can do. All that.
If you're not watching the thing, if you watch Ring of Honor, she's all over the show. Like I actually saw highlights from their last Ring of Honor show, just highlights online, and I was just like, bro, she's all over the show. So if she leaves the promotion, that company is dead. So I'm happy for her. So very interesting what they're going to do with her. Up next, we had the 3-way tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team title, with the Hurt Syndicate retaining against Jet Speed and Patriarchy. And honestly, the only thing I could take away from this match was pretty much the end, with Nick Wayne and the Patriarchy turning on Christian Cage, which hitting the kill switch on Christian Cage, and then we're going to hit him with a concerto. Then, surprise, who comes to save the day? Adam Copeland, Edge. Cope. And then he comes out, runs everybody off, and pretty much tells Christian, we think he's gonna say go fuck yourself, but then he says go find yourself, and then just leaves him there. Yeah. So babyface turn coming for Christian Cage, and we're finally get Edge and Christian in AEW. So that could be interesting. That could be interesting. just
living off the love of Metalingus. I swear to God.
There he goes.
Yeah, it might be. It might work. And then we had the 3-man event matches that pretty much were carried the promotion of the entire show. Yeah, up first it was Thomas Tony Storr defeating Mercedes Moné. I honestly thought when I saw that was going to be the match of the weekend, until I saw what Rhea and EO did the next night. but before Rhea and Io, that women's match was the top women's match of the weekend. So many spots. There was one spot in particular where like Toni Storm hit her finish like 3 times on Mercedes Moné, and Mercedes Moné still kicked out, and then it resulted her to having to do her finish from the top rope, which finally put Mercedes down. Their entrances coming in, their entrances were very very clever and very creative based upon their characters. It's going to be very interesting to see, where they go from there, who Tony's next challenger is going to be. This is Mercedes' first loss, so you're going to see what she does. I mean, it's her first loss, but she still has 6 belts, so that's going to be very interesting. Very interesting going forward.
Let's just hope it's not the beginning.
Yeah, if not for Rhea and Io, this would have been the top women's match of the weekend. Yeah. Moving on, Louis, you have anything to say about that match?
No, I think he kind of said everything all. Which match was this? Were we talking about the Toni Storm and Mercedes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I was saying off air, Toni Storm, great in-ring character and everything. Mercedes definitely looked great.
She's gotten better. She's gotten better. This AEW run has
from
gotten
her
better.
First couple matches in AEW.
It's taken a while.
Yeah, but I mean, also the prestige that she's gotten from all these other promotions, carrying these belts. She's showcasing that she's one of the best, still one of the best. A lot of close falls, a lot of spots that were great. Just highlighted how great these two women are. But they do need to start building other stars to come. I hope Athena is definitely one of them. I don't know who else that they, what is her name? I'm forgetting her name.
Chris Statlander.
Chris Statlander.
Not only her, but I saw her in
Willow.
Thekla. The toxic spider, Thekla.
Yeah, she just joined, right? Like recently.
Yeah.
Where was she at? Was she in Japan?
She was in Stardom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I haven't seen her work, so hopefully, I know she's signed, but hopefully,
really good. Her debut match kind of sold me on her. Like, okay, this is her. Okay, all right. Then the next match we had Okada versus Omega for the winner take all match to unify the Continental and AEW International Championship. It went 30 minutes. And like I said last week, this match suffered from what I thought it was going to suffer from. Everybody was going to go into this match overhyping the fuck out of it because of what these two guys have given you years prior. All the 5-star matches that they gave you years prior, everyone was expecting you were going to get the same thing from them, and you didn't. I mean, it was still very good.
Yeah,
it was nothing compared to what they did 9 years ago. Nothing compared to it at all. It was still decent.
I mean, it was 9 years ago, Brian. They were also obviously younger, and Kenny Omega wasn't missing 2 feet from his intestine.
No, exactly. But immediately everyone was going into this match thinking that that's what you were going to get for what they got 9 years ago. People not factoring in that these guys are 9 years older. Kenny Omega, like you said, has a diverticulitis that he's recovering from. They don't factor in all of that stuff, and they thinking you were going to get the same thing because of who the caliber of athlete are between these two guys. You didn't get that. It was a lot more slow paced, which is kind of what you've been getting from Okada since he's debuted on AEW. His matches have all been like, you could tell that like he signed with AEW because he didn't want to deal with all that hard hitting shit in New Japan anymore.
Yeah,
and he kind of wanted to work an easier schedule now that he's old. Now that he's older, so that's kind of what you got from that match. But it went 30 minutes. It was very decent, very good.
I'm pretty sure both those guys are just jacked up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's what I think it is. They're just jacked up, man. Like
all those years in New Japan of having those bangers and stuff. Yeah, where's on you? And then we had the main event, which was a Hangman defeating John Moxley. Thank fucking God for the AEW World Title. Finally, we got it. Finally.
How dare you?
And I just want to say it took me literally like 2 days to watch this match. And literally every time I would try to watch it, something would happen, and then I would have to come back the next day and watch it. But from what I saw, I don't know if this was an attempt, but this match kind of emulated the WrestleMania 40 main event for Cody and Roman Reigns in a lot of ways, with all of the fucking run-ins.
Yeah.
You had for Hangman, you had Swerve run in, you had Ospreay run in, you had Bryan Danielson run in, you had Darby Allin run in. For Moxley, you had the Death Riders, you had the Young Bucks. Everybody ran in during the match. But the one aspect of the match that was interesting was the fact that Swerve Strickland, at one point at the very end, he attacked the Young Bucks with a chain, and he gave that same chain to Moxley, and that's what led Hangman Adam Page to getting the victory. He hit Moxley with
I remember
finish a couple of times, and the match was done. And then he choked Moxley out with the same chain, and that's how he ended up winning it. So the story portion of that, kind of with Hangman and Adam Page, and how Swerve initially said he wasn't going to help, never going to help him, and then they had a promo segment on Collision where they kind of both admitted to each other that the things that they did to one another were kind of fucked up to begin with, and kind of putting it to the side. Swerve finally helping him. So from a story wise, that was a very nice ending. And Bryan Danielson getting back involved, seeing as the Death Riders initially took him out of commission in the first place. That's how Moxley won the title. So
didn't he have to retire?
Yeah, forcing him to retire. Yep. And then Darby Allin coming back from Mount Everest, Death Riders took him out.
And he came straight from the mountain.
I like how they did that too. He got to the top of the mountain, recorded that video, and kind of saved it, and then they gave it to Tony Khan and said, "Yeah, play this shit out all in."
I almost forgot about that too.
Yeah, but like I said, overall, All In was a very good show. I think it topped WrestleMania 41 in a lot of the aspects. Some people might not agree with me, but for the most part, it was a good show. AEW is definitely trending in the right direction. I haven't watched Dynamite tonight yet, but hopefully when I watch it tomorrow, hopefully they continue that upward trend.
Yeah, they need to keep that energy going out throughout the season. That main event match with Jon Moxley was a lot. It was definitely a long match. Some gruesome spots. I think I was talking to Dan about just like the slow-mo spewing of blood from the forks on the forehead. All the spots with the nails and the pile drivers. But all in all, great decision. Definitely feel for Hangman. I feel like he's kind of been on these redemption journeys. I feel like for the second time, because I feel like the first time, it was kind of the same thing. It took forever. He finally got the title. But I just hope that there's a meaningful title run and plenty of talent that will challenge him.
He's going to join with the Young Bucks. That's what's going to happen.
No.
We'll see what happens moving forward.
Stop cursing us.
It's AEW.
So I'm just curious to see how they're going to run things now that they're the EVPs and what that entails. Are they going to bring in new people? Are they going to bring in new tournaments? So it's crazy to see everything that's going on.
Nah, but I'm just going to challenge Brian on the AEW All In being better than WrestleMania 41 before we go. So Jey Uso versus Gunther was not a better moment. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley. All that stuff wasn't better. Like Joe Hendry's moment, Dominic Mysterio winning the title, the IC title. I don't know.
But was anyone close to dying?
No. So I guess that's where AEW.
That's why, yeah.
Ellie and I almost died for this, Dan. All right,
Jon Moxley. I don't know what's wrong with him. Like, what are you doing, man?
That's just his style. That's just how he is. I mean, he's always been the kind of like the deathmatch wrestler. Going back to the years in the Indies.
Yeah.
But Jesus fucking Christ with the fork, man. Like, I saw that video and I'm just like, this is insanity. Like, this is
it's called honing your craft, Dan.
What it's called?
yeah, that's what it's called.
With the fork.
Oh my God. But yeah, this was episode 113 of Ring Takes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll pick it up next week with we got the return of Roman Reigns there at the end of Raw. We got some more details about Seth Rollins' injury, which we'll look into as well, going on with the weeks. We'll see what happens going into the road of SummerSlam. We're 2 weeks away from SummerSlam, so we'll pick that back up, and we'll pick it up back up from there. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you to you guys as always. Always kick it on to everybody, and until next time. What?